When Pokemon Master EX teased the new Academy game mode a week before the update, many of us hoped that it would be a fresh, exciting change, something to shake things up and make the game less repetitive. After all, the developing a new character from scratch mechanics seemed incredibly fun. But when the event finally dropped, well, let's just say it was not exactly what we expected. The game mode itself had some great mechanics. Rosa, the main character of the event, gets a massive sync grid, and you can customize her freely, optimizing her however you like. Which sounds amazing, right? But DNA made a huge mistake. Like all the events, different characters provide bonuses to what you get. However, this time it works a little bit differently, but not in a good way. You need stamina to progress through the 12-stage academy run with a midterm and the final, but once you've done, there's no way to earn more offers as grit unless you reset, and that would mean losing the entire thing. So your only real option is to maximize your orbs per run, so bonuses also play in a massive role. And so here's a problem. Rosa, that you get her for free, get a 1.5 times bonus, which is decent. Anyone with the Paldea team gets a 1.1 bonus. That is kind of bad. But the new feature unit gets a whooping 2 times bonus. So White Rosa is free to play. It's actually getting her to the ideal strength that requires tons of sync orb, which means you need like the feature units to maximize efficiency. So you don't just want to pull for the new units just to grind this mode, right? So that is why this video exists. It gives you strategize, it helps you strategize the route to take, the orbs to prioritize, and the stages that are worth resetting for. So let's get started. So before you even start playing the event, you need to know what kind of Rosa build you want. So just go on Pokemon Tools and design your Rosa grid in advance. And the reason why you should do that is that you have to know in advance the number of orbs of different colors that you will need to create your own grid. So I've linked a spreadsheet in the description showing the main builds that I recommend, but you could actually always go on your own and design your own grid. And the spreadsheet has the minimum grid, so it's for people with no bonuses or like one feature unit bonus, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But the maximum build is kind of here as well, so you can actually go from the medium build and work your way up from there. So I'll talk about the 4 main builds here. So first off, this is a gauntlet build. It's done by me. You can actually check them out here. There we go, just click on it. For example, there's a minimum grid which requires like much less sync orbs. So there's also the nuke, sync nuke, and DPS builds. So these are not the builds I recommend because, quite frankly, a way better unit if you want to use Rosa in damage challenge. In ultimate battle, there's always better units. She's not going to do well. I know you've seen videos of people trying her out, but yeah, I mean, it's just like it's not recommended. I'm gonna be just talking mostly about my own build because this is a gauntlet build, and I mean, you can actually check out the document, but and read everything here. It's actually 13 now, not 12. The defensive stats are crucial, ability branch, yada yada yada. So there's really a recommendation. You actually can do whatever you want here, but try to, like, once you've done with everything, try to get hold of the number here. So let's say you do this, right, and just remember it, right? In any case, my own build requires an absurd amount of blue orbs and a lot of red orbs and also yellow orbs, and I don't need a lot of green orbs, so during my run I will try to avoid getting so many green orbs because I'm not gonna be using them anyway. And yeah, so that's basically it. You actually have to keep track of them. I would recommend trying to not grid her and reset the grid every time you grid her. The last thing I would say is to not be too greedy. You cannot obviously get everything here, so the logical way is to try to control when is enough. What should you aim for? If you have no bonus units, so if you have no Lacy, if you don't have Ray or Lacy at all, then try to go for around 3,500 to 4,000 orbs in total. And if you have one of them, right, try to go for around 4,500. I think that's fair. And if you have both of them, you could actually go for about 5,000 in total. Sounds good?
Alright, let's open up the game. So, like I mentioned earlier, bonuses are everything. So, here's a quick breakdown. If you have Academy Ray or Lacy, those are the feature units, your boost is 2 times. Your default Rosa gives a 1.5 times boost. Well, and pretty much everyone with the Pykuo team gives a 1.1 boost. So that would mean that if you have no feature units at all, your bonus is 1.7, and if you have one feature unit, your bonus will be 2.6, and if you have both Ray and Lacy, your bonus is 3.5. And this is crucial because, look, in battle stages, like a lot of these here, the number of orbs that you obtain will be multiplied to the bonus you have. So for example, we have train with Ortega here. It gives 60 sparky orbs or yellow orbs, and if you have a bonus with 2.6, then your total orbs obtained will be 60 times 2.6, which means 156. And if you have more, like 3.5, then yeah, you could calculate it accordingly. So here's the thing, not every stages here is based on the bonus. The story stages give a fixed number of orbs every single time, and there's some stages that has a random chance to fluctuate based on a random chance. So while bonus is everything, you can actually get a good run even without bonuses. Okay, the first thing I want to mention here, there are actually four important stages, the midterm and the final. First and foremost, we'll talk about the midterm and the final first. So these are the midterm and the final. First off, always do the highest difficulty. It's not that difficult, trust me. Just make sure that your Rosa is gridded with every single orb you have so far. You could actually reset the grid after the midterm or the final, but before going into them, try to grid Rosa continent. Just like, yeah, just use everything you have. It doesn't matter what branch you use it all, or what off you take, what node you take, because you can reset it right after. So yeah, try to not fail these because you can only attempt these once. If you fail, there's no redos. Yeah, it's very important, and actually pretty important if you could invest in your Rosa, if you could EX her, you could give her a lucky skill, or if you could level her up. So what are the exam? You actually have to do the midterm exam. It's like around round 6, and it gives like 300 yellow orbs. And because you can only use Rosa, your multiplier is going to be 1.5, meaning you will have 450 yellow orbs from the midterm, and then a TM orb, right? And the final gives 200 of each. So make sure this is like the highest stage. You have to do the highest. You cannot afford to do the easier one. And the highest difficulty is actually not difficult. Always go for the highest, okay? With the multipliers, 1 for 5 from Rosa, because you can only use her in the final and the midterm, you'll be looking at 300s instead of 200s of each of the blue, red, and green orbs here. So here's something I like to do when calculating the orbs. I put the default number of blue, red, and green to 300 instead of 0, and then the phone number of yellow to 450.
Let's talk about Kukui and Clavell. So they are the same. The stages are the same. They has a chance to appear. One will appear before the midterm, that's that Kukui, and then the other will appear after the midterm. They have a random chance of showing up, but trust me, they always show up. So the rewards are the same. They both give you a TM orb. So if you encounter 2 of them, you have 2 from here, 1 from midterm, and then the default one. So that will be a formal set of 4 moves for Rosa. So they also give like 90, a random 90 of each of one of these. So what I would like to do here is just reset, because I need to take both Kukui and Clavell, and I can actually control Kukui. That's something you can actually do, is resetting until you find a good starting stage. So to reset, you can actually hit history and at any point during your run, and then hit the reset button like here.
Alright, and it looks like I got Kukui with blue orbs here, so this is something I'll be keeping because it's a really good starting point. You don't need to reset for this, but it's one of a very good starting point. On top of that, I'll be giving some other good stages that you want to aim for, depends on what orb color you want.
You can actually browse this Sage document, but I would like to mention some of the good ones here. So first of all, we have Fred. So this is a 5% chance. It's actually pretty common. You can actually reset for him the first time if you really want yellow orbs. So it'll be 150. So this can be multiplied by your current bonus. It's still a lot of orbs, like a lot more than the usual ones, right? And there are some story ones, like I mentioned. The story ones always give a fixed amount. So like here, 30 or 450. So that's a random chance, or like fixed amount or whatever. Like the break time interactions. These are really good for free to play. If you don't have bonuses, go for the story ones instead of the battle one, because the battle one take bonus into account. So for people who have all the bonuses, it really depends. Because 40 will be 140 if you have a 3.7, actually no, 3.5 bonus. So if you have both feature units, you have more options. But if you're free to play, you have no bonuses, always try to go for stories. The other thing is like the change stages. So for example, Battle Pneumonia 1, 2, and 3. So 2 and 3 cannot spawn. It has a chance to spawn, but only if you it requires Battle Pneumonia 1 and 2 as completed. So this is like gambling, so it's not guaranteed, but it will appear. But like 50% is pretty high, because there's like so many battles that could spawn, like 5 or 6 at a time. And the number of orbs will increase a little bit. And then there's some important ones, like this is actually story, I think. No, there's actually battle. This is outer 40 for each. I don't really need green, so any stages that get 40, 40, 40 on the remaining 3 are appreciated by me. I always go for these stages. And then there's Grant with 300 yellow. This is actually really good as well. Double the number of red if you need yellow that much here. So because I need blue a lot, so I like to take Team Rocket Infiltrator here, 60, 120 and 180. So that's really good payout. And then this Ball Guy. So Ball Guy has a really cool And I don't really want to take Ball Guy because he gives 420 in one specific color. Actually. So anyway, your best bet will always be blue or oak. Your bad chance, if you encounter oak or blue, there are chances that your run are significantly improve. So blue first, blue gives you 400 of each. He's just broken. If you encounter blue, yeah, there you go, you win anyway. And oak is like blue, but it's a coin flip. So 50% of the time he gives you 30 of each, and then 50% of the time he'll be blue, and that's it. So there we go. Yeah, just like look at them here. My early strategy is like I always prioritize blue and red orbs while avoiding green as much as possible. Yeah, I like things like Team Rocket Infiltrator. I like Caitlyn stage. Right, where is it? I can't find it, but yeah, Caitlyn stage, like a story with Caitlyn, she gives like 300 blue. So yeah, and that is basically everything you need to know to be able to play best Rosa possible. So good luck on finding the red Rosa, the best Rosa. If this video helped, please give it a like and subscribe if it really helps you out. If you like the content like this, just like leave the comment saying anything I could improve on this. Thank you and have a nice day.